Miss Cohlmia once said, "Every day when she wakes up, the first thing that she thinks about is Austin High." Miss Cohlmia has been a truly devoted chemistry teacher that has taught and touched the lives of over 4,000 students the past 36 years of teaching. I have come to realize there is really not one way to describe Miss Cohlmia in one word, sentence, or book. Her past students have described her as
tenacious.
I can't think of one particular word that describes Miss Cohlmia. I know that she was really good at raising her voice, directing us to do things. The things I remember the most of her, what she said was, jump higher, jump longer, and be better, be better. So she always made us want to be better and to strive to be our very best. And because of that, I was able to go out there and conquer the world.
She was one of the most energetic teachers I've ever had in my entire life.
Miss Cohlmia's goals extend beyond the classroom or even the cheerleading team. She wanted to create memories and hold a place in students' hearts, and students leave her classroom with many stories and tales. She has touched so many students' lives in so many memorable ways. Previous student Tommy Albright remarks on one of the memories he has of Miss Cohlmia.
So one story I remember about Miss Cohlmia was my sophomore year. I was in her class and my friend Chase kept falling asleep during class. So she pointed out to the rest of us that he was asleep and went into the closet and got out some liquid nitrogen, which we would have thought would have hurt him, but she just poured it right on his head and it woke him up, and that was the most startled I've ever seen anybody in my entire life.
Although Cohlmia's ways were sometimes questionable, they were memorable and creative. We talked to Courtney Umstead, a previous student and close friend of Miss Cohlmia, to have a closer look at her lesson about temperatures and melting.
We were walking through the halls and I kind of casually walked into her classroom because there was a group of people forming, and one of my guy friends, Zach Milliken, had his phone on the hot plate, and Miss Cohlmia was teaching him a lesson about energy and what happens, because he had been curious about what would happen to a thermometer and took the thermometer and put it on the hot plate. Obviously it exploded and she was very upset, so she took his phone and showed him what would happen to his phone when temperature was applied. So she literally melted it. It was melting plastic in the room. It was hysterical.
Miss Cohlmia's lessons have stuck with students throughout their lives, and she often extends her assistance outside of the classroom. Miss Cohlmia over the past 36 years has had many roles other than teaching at Austin High. She has been involved in clubs, organizations, and even coached cheerleading at Austin High. But most of all, she has been a strong role model for students and even kept in touch with students after graduation.
She taught us a lot about science and about chemistry, but one of the life lessons that she taught us that I think about almost every single day was a saying she had that went, you're either early or you're late. You can never be on time. I found that to be very true. And Ms. Cohlmia, I try to be early, and I'm usually successful, but sometimes I'm late, but I'm never on time.
Miss Cohlmia has reached out to some of her students after graduation and remained in their lives. Courtney Umstead is one of the students that Miss Cohlmia has kept up with, and Courtney says she was truly blessed to have Miss Cohlmia in her life.
She kind of saw me struggling through school a little bit. My junior year, we also had a number of deaths that were close to me, and it was a really hard time, and she sought me out and was an incredible mentor. And our relationship has remained consistent since I have graduated high school and I'm a senior at UT, and it's still consistent. We still have lunch at least once a month, and she texts me and messages me on Facebook to make sure I'm okay and to make sure that I'm pursuing all my goals, and has just been such an incredible mentor in my life, and I would consider her almost like a guardian. I feel blessed to have been able to form that special relationship with her, and can't wait to see what her life holds for the rest.
Miss Cohlmia said that she wanted to leave Austin High a better place, and she has done more than that. She has touched the lives of thousands and changed the life of every person she has worked with. So today, we say thank you as a school, as a culture, and as friends. Thank you, Miss Cohlmia.
Thank you, Miss Cohlmia, for everything you've done for all the kids that have come through here.
Thank you, Miss Cohlmia, for all you've done.
Thanks, Miss Cohlmia, for a great year of chemistry.
Thank you, Miss Cohlmia, for all you've done for Austin High.
Thank you, Miss Cohlmia.
Thank you, Miss Cohlmia.
Thank you, Miss Cohlmia.
Thank you, Miss Cohlmia, for everything you've done.
But I just want to say congratulations, Miss Cohlmia. Sorry to see you go. I know you've got many more years ahead of you. I hope you do well. You had a great deal of influence on my life, and I love you and I miss you.
Thank you, Miss Cohlmia. You have changed the lives of thousands and have truly been loyal forever.